first you have to register. Okay, in order to install the Tosca from this official website, you have to register yourself. So in top right corner, you can see register. Yeah, click on that. So you enter all the details. So while giving, you have to give the business email, not the Gmail or normal mail. And while giving password, you can give any other password. You don't need to use the business email's password. Mm, actually, from February this year, they have some restriction in this website. Like if we are using normal Gmail, we cannot access some of the material, some of the resources here. So that's why I told you to use business email. Actually, nothing. Okay, just we will get some confirmation mail in the business email. Nothing more than that. So. mm,
So
in that you can see TRICENTISTOSCA 16.0 LTS. Fifth link.
okay, 16.
Yeah. Click on the downloads in left side. Yeah. 15 point. Okay, this is not that. Okay, in left side, click on all product lines. This is not the one. Yeah. And in search downloads, search for Tosca. Mm, Dashboard documentation. Section, documentation. Okay, scroll down. This. Scroll down. Okay. You go to next page. Mm, Okay. Okay. Actually, some of the resources will not be um, provided to us if we are using the normal browser. Okay. We'll do one thing. I'll share you one link. Okay. So there we will have Tosca. My download, my downloaded file will be there. So you just access that file. You just download from there, and we can install from. Yeah, in your computer. Yeah, it's downloaded in my computer. I have uploaded in the drive. I will forward you the drive link. Yeah, you have to 1 minute. Actually, you are on mute. Okay. So, yeah, right click on that and select the option Run as Administrator. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, do you have any such installation documents or anything that
Installation. You are asking the steps to install Tosca, right? Mm, 1 minute. Let me check in my material. Do I have that? Yes, yes. Next. Yeah. If
okay?
you want, you can change. But it will be in C file. Yeah, it's your wish. Like it will
Okay.
send some a report to TRICENTIST if any issues occur. Enable the, yeah, uncheck. We don't need that. You just check. Click on next. Enable Tosca data. Okay, we don't have the Tosca data. Okay, you just check next. Next, yeah, install. Okay. Meanwhile, can we add the extension to your Chrome? Chrome? Yeah, in the Gmail, in the mail I sent you, it's second link, I guess. Yeah, second link is for extension. Yeah, click on that and
Just
add.
add to Chrome.
So no matter what browser you are going to work, please keep in mind that you have to add the extension. Then only you can do all the things with Tosca for that particular browser. Yeah, yeah, mostly Chrome. So in some cases, in Internet Explorer, you have to test. In that kind of scenario, you have to add the extension for that particular browser. So
Okay.
normally it would be Chrome only. Um, Not for recording, like it's kind of interface between your Tosca and the browser. It just, yeah, that option three dot one, three dot. Mm, I guess more tools. Uh, yeah, extensions. And then we have to request the training license for you. Go to that support app website, Tricentist support app. Yeah, go to Gmail and click on the third link. Go to my mail, the mail I sent you in second tab.
Okay, so
Sometimes it,
by
yeah,
this time I can click on finish here, right?
yeah, you can finish.
Okay. So first thing we did, I just installed it. Second, I just add the extension, and now we are trying to one, 1 second. We're trying to get the license, right?
Yeah. Mm, go to that user prof. Sorry, that training license request, that
Link.
link. Yeah, there you could see the status of your. Okay, it is in the state of deploying. Okay, once it is deployed, that means they provided the training license to you.
How long is the valid the license is?
Actually, it would take minutes only.
No, no, I'm saying how long. I mean, the license is going to be valid for 1 month or
60 days. 60 days.
2 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Open Tosca Commander in your,
Tosca. I mean,
yeah, in your desktop. Search for. Mm. Okay. Once you got the license, training license, you have to enter the username and password. That TRICENTIST support username and password,
s-
which means your email ID and the password you have given in the support website. The password is the same password you used in TRICENTIST support website. Yeah, we would get confirmation mail like with the training license. So in the website also you can see the state of the training license. But after you logged in, it worked, right? So maybe they have provided. I'm not sure.
okay.
Yeah. So okay, then we'll go with creating workspace and how to create everything. Mm, okay. Mm, yeah, you click on create new. So, in order to create new project or create new workspace, we will be using the option create new. If you want to open the already created one, you'll be using the open option. So as we are trying to create the new project, you just click on create new. Yeah. So in this page, the first option is select type of repository. So we have two different types of repository. The first one is single user workspace and another one is multi-user workspace. So single user workspace means you can log in and you can only access the whatever project you have created in your Tosca. So you alone can access the projects in your credentials. So that is single user workspace. So the next type is multi-user workspace. So as we are using training license, we will not be able to access the multi-user environment. So we can go only with the single user workspace during the training period and training license period. So if we are buying the original license, that time we can access the multi-user environment. So multi-user environment means multi-user workspace means even your team members will be able to access the project that you have created. So and we would have some option in multi-user environment which check in and check out. So if you want to check in, you will select the check in and will give the credentials. So in the same way, your team members, if you want, and if you want to check out, which means if you want to log out, you will check out the license. So in this way, other team members will be able to log into the uh, Tosca. So which means multi-user environment, your team members it enables for your team members to access the project that you have created. So that is the difference between single user workspace and multi-user workspace. So throughout training, we will be working on single user environment, which means we will be creating the single user workspace. So now we don't need to change anything. So create new workspace in means yeah, we will be using single user workspace. So it's already by default it would be selected, which means no. And then create new workspace in. So that is the location at the path you want to create the workspace. You can change it, or by default it would be like this. In C file, it would be in Tosca project file folder. And then select name for new workspace. So you can uh, give some name for your workspace, the project, whatever you want to give, you can give. Yeah, that is the folder path where the workspace will get stored up.
Okay. And this one, select name for new
Okay.
workspace,
Yeah,
project
that is
name.
the name for your project. You can give any name.
Okay. Is there any naming convention that is to be capital, small?
No, no, nothing like that. You can give.
Okay. Let's project Tosca. That should fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we have one more option called use workspace template. So
Okay.
which means we are normally we would select that option by selecting that use workspace template option. After creating the workspace, we will get one folder imported. So I'll tell you once we create the new workspace, I'll tell you what is the purpose of this use workspace template option. Okay. For now, you just select. I'll tell you after creating the workspace. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, you can see after selecting one file got added, the file location standard.tsu. So I'll tell you what is the purpose of adding this file to our workspace. Yeah, that's it. We can create the project. Yeah. Okay. So go to module section. No, yeah, in the okay. 1 minute. Shall I So we selected one option, use template workspace template option. So because we selected that option, we could see this file standard modules folder got imported by default. It got imported automatically. So that's why we are using that option, because the standard modules as some files, as some modules that are needed for our project. So that's why we are using that option. Moving forward, I'll let you know what is the purpose of this standard module, why we are using that, and all. Just for understanding, we are using that, we are selecting that option to get for this file to get imported in our project. Okay, so once you create the workspace, it will look like this. So the screen will look like this. So we have different sections: test case, modules, requirement. So 9 different sections we would have in a test block, and I'll tell one by one what is the purpose of each section. Just yeah, overview about each sections. So we will see deep about in the coming classes. So the first section is, so normally we would start with creating modules. So module section is where we would we would capture the technical data of the controls that are present in our web application. And test case section is where we will give the business data to the capture technical data, and we'll do all the steps. We'll create all the steps to automate the application we are working in. And requirement section is, so normal manual testing also we would have the requirements. So here we use this requirement section to track the progress of our testing. And next, test case design section. So it helps us to test the different scenario for the same test case, to test the different scenario, which means giving different data. It it helps us to test the test case with different data. And execution section, so where we will do the final execution, and we'll generate the report from here. And issues, so we'll be focusing on these 5 sections more. And anyway, I'll tell you about these 3 sections, but maximum we would not see about that. So in issue section, we will be logging in the issues or bugs that we got during the testing. So it's normally you will be right clicking and adding the bug, create defect or create feature request. Using those options, we will log in the issues or feature requests that we got during the testing. So why I'm telling normally we would not see about that means, so in your company or in your project, you would be using the different method to uh, raise the issues to the deployment or development team. So normally we would not use this section. So just for knowledge purpose, this section helps us to raise the issue, log the issues or defect that we got during the testing. And configuration section, so this section is to configure with other module, so like API, mobile test data service. So now, as we are going to see about UI in this session, we will not again see the configuration section, and we can access this thing for the multi-user environment only. And then test plan. So this section is kind of scheduling the meeting with other team members to plan on the testing. So normally in our company or in our project, we would use different method, like meeting on Teams or Skype or some other different way we will be using. So it is to which means create the session. We will be creating the meeting schedule for test planning. So this is the session that we used for that. So normally we would not use this three sections much. So in our training, we will be seeing about first five sections: test cases, modules, requirements, test case design. And if you know about these two sections, modules and test cases, uh, you are ready to you are ready to automate any web application. So these two sections are like add on to our project. We can use, so it helps us to maintain our project easily. So these are the different sections present in our Tosca, and we will start with the section modules. So we can test other interfaces like API, mobile, and SAP. All those tools can be tested using Tosca. So in our training sessions, we will be only seeing about UI applications. And for training purpose, we will be using the application demo web shop. So I'll one minute. I'll send you the link. So we will be using this application. So this is some training applications provided by TRICENTIS. We can use it for our training. So this application is nothing but it's the replica of shopping application. So here are some categories on which we can buy products. So you can select any category and you can add the products to the cart. And after going to cart, so if you want to remove the item from cart, you will be selecting this checkbox and will use this update shopping cart option. And if you want to continue shopping from the shopping cart, you will use this option. And if you want to enter any details, you'll do that, and we'll check in this terms of service checkbox, and we'll check out, and we'll enter all the details for checkout, and we will make the order. So this is the flow of the application that we are going to use for our training. So using this application, we'll see different scenario to automate. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I guess we can start with creating modules. So for any project, we would start with module section. So in maximum companies or maximum projects, they would not use requirement section. But in your team, if you are using requirement section, first you have to start with requirement section. You have to add the requirements and that and all, and then it's best to go with module section. Anyway, you can start with module section or requirement section. Both are fine. But if you are using requirement section, before going to test case section, you have to create the requirements. So that is the only thing. So we'll see about requirement section in later classes. So first we'll start with module section. Mm, So before scanning, which means before creating modules, make sure your browser zoom level is 100. The zoom level of your browser should be 100%. If it is more or less, it's kind of, I'll show you, okay, what would happen. So that you cannot capture the controls properly. So originally it would be here. The link would be, the registered link would be here, but while scanning it would be shown somewhere. So that's why we have to keep the zoom level 100. So for now I'm keeping at 90 and I'll show you what would be happening. So I'm creating one folder. So under this is the root folder. Modules is the root folder. Under that we can have as much as folders we want. So folders helps us to structure, arrange the modules under it properly. So
Uh,
for
Sorry,
yeah.
one question. So, can you just
So in module tab, we will capture the technical data. So from the application, we will capture the technical data means, so in order to, for Tosca to identify this register link, it would use the property of this particular control, particular register button. So in order to capture the technical data of that, we will be using the module section. And in test case section, we will be giving the input. We will be structure the test cases in some way that we can automate the application. For example, in order to automate the functionality login, I'll add the test step. In the first test step would be clicking on login link, and next step will be uh, entering the details. So in this some way, I'll arrange the test steps and I'll give the input. So here, whatever things we want to do to automate the specific application, we will be doing all those things in test case section. So in module section, we would just capture the technical data of the application, of the controls that are present in the application. So Tosca will be able to identify that particular control properly while executing test cases, while executing the created test cases.
okay?
So under root folder, I'm creating one folder for login. So first we'll see with the example login. Okay, how to capture the login. So we have login button. So to login, we have to click on this login and it will show up this page and we have to enter the details and we have to click this login button. So, so we have to keep the page that we want to scan before start scanning. So I've created the separate folder for login. So after creating, we have to right click on the folder and after selecting and after right clicking, you'll get these options and scan. So you have to select the scan and under scan, we have to select the application. So these are API, mobile, PDF. So PDF we will be seeing. Um, so these
So
are
PDF,
different.
PDF, what you just said?
Yeah, how to automate PDF we will see in our sessions, in our
Okay,
training.
okay,
So these are different. In order to do mobile testing, you will use this option. For AP, you will use this option. So as we are going to um, do the scanning for UI application, we would select the applications. scan application. Right click on the folder, scan and application. So it's saying starting Xscan. So to create the module, we would scan. So the window that helps us to scan the controls would be called as Xscan window.
Okay, but for example, you have two tabs here, right? One is the Skype here, and the second one is the
Mm,
demo web shop.
yeah.
So which one he gonna scan?
So and now I started the scanning. Okay. So it would one window get popped up where we would select the particular application we want to scan. So you can see this window. So we are getting one window called select application. So here we will be selecting the application that we want to scan. So I'm selecting the demo web shop. Okay. So in Xscan, so this is Xscan window. So in Xscan window, we have three different views. Okay, this is advanced view. Here you can see if you want to toggle between the views, you can use this option. We have two more views called condensed view and basic view. So first we'll see about basic view. Okay, tomorrow maybe we'll see about advanced view. Okay, so my zoom level is not 100%. So if I try to click on this registered link, um, I'm not able to. You can see properly. I cannot able. I'm not able to capture the controls from the application. So that's why we have to keep the zoom level of Chrome 100%. It would be in somewhere. Okay, so I'm changing the browser level to zoom level to 100. So now you can see I can properly capture the control. So that's why we have to keep the zoom level as 100%. So today we'll see only about basic view. So basic view, we have different options. So it is this option, these two options, condensed and advanced view is to log in the different views. So we have another option, finish screen. So finish screen is to um, save our works after selecting all the controls that we want to create under this module. Okay, so for example, I want to create the module with all these links: register, login, shopping cart, wish list. So in order to create the module, we will be selecting that. So these are links: shopping cart, wish list. So, so in basic view, we can't do anything other than capturing the controls. So you can rename. I'm renaming it as menus, menu links. So this is the basic view. We can only capture the controls, and if you want, we can rename it. That's all we can do in basic view. And after capturing the controls, I can click on finish screen. So if I click on finish screen, the previously captured controls will be saved under one module, and I'll get this option scan screen. So if I want to scan any more controls, I can select this option scan screen, and I can select the controls. So this is the basic view in Xscan. So tomorrow we'll see about advanced view. So in advanced view, we will have some more options also. So I'm closing it now. So under this login folder, you can see the controls that we captured. Register, login, shopping cart wish list.
Okay.
Any questions from today's session?
Um,
So even if you don't understand the functionality of each section, so you don't need to worry, okay? So I will go one by one in detail. Sessions. So now, for now, it will just focus on module section. So you can begin with module section or requirement section. Anything is fine, okay? Because in some of the companies, they would not need requirement section. So if they are asking you to create the requirement section also, that time you can go with requirement section. You can start with module section or requirement section. Anything is fine. Okay. Normally, even if you are taking your project, maybe, for example, in your project, they will be providing the requirements in Excel sheet
Excel
already.
sheet.
Yeah, for example,
Okay,
in
okay.
different, so normally in your project, how they are providing you requirements.
Sorry, normally what?
You are working in one company, right? So,
Right.
how they are providing the requirements to you? So in some way, they are providing requirements, right? Or normally, so in that way, they would continue. They would not ask you to show the requirements here. So
Okay.
maybe in future, when your company is implementing this Tosca full fledged, so that time they may be asking you for requirement thing.